What's up, folk quacks? Today, I wanted to show you another sketchbook tour. This time, it's a sketchbook that I recently finished. I got it back in March, and I finished it this Friday. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So, I went like all out on the cover. It's starting to peel apart, fortunately, but I usually try to go with a theme for each of my sketchbook covers. This one was just kind of the Pulse aesthetic, pretty much, which is just pink and edgy and cutesy or whatever. So, yeah. And here is the other front cover. I don't know what it's called, like the back side of the front cover. And to start off, I bought new watercolors, and I wanted to try them out. This is my OC Nazir, but he just goes by the term or the name Toy Doctor, and his whole thing is that he basically just fixes messed up toys pretty much, and just drew him because this color palette fits him very well. This sketchbook is actually really nice for watercolor. I'll leave a link in the description for where I got it from. It's a pretty good price, so yeah. This is just some edgy stuff. Usually I have a hard time figuring out what to draw whenever I start a new sketchbook, so I was just doing stuff. This is a new OC that I designed based off of 3 emojis, and the 3 emojis were a person juggling, meat, and ocean waves. So I ended up getting this dude. His name is Gula, and he is a space clown that loves to eat meat. Really weird, but it works, I guess. This is vent art. I'm not gonna go into what happened, but let's just say that March and like April have just been very rough months, honestly. So this, we're gonna move that. This is just it's for class, and this was actually based off of a dream I had where Jonathan Joestar and Goku just randomly met each other for whatever reason. And I really like how I drew Jonathan, but I don't like how I drew Goku. I don't know what's up. His face just bothers me. I think it's his hairline or whatever, but something about his everything just doesn't sit right with me. I have a hard time drawing super muscular males, so it's like, so I don't draw fan art of JoJo characters too often because it's difficult, but I really wanted to draw these two together because it's an interesting pair up, so yeah. Some doodles, a lot of rubbing off on each of the pages, unfortunately. These two are actually characters for a role-playing thing that me and my friends are doing. His name is, I forgot his name, and his name is Morgan. And yes, that's the dude. He has really stylized eyelashes for some reason. This is actually a recent, or somewhat recent OC that I made. Her name is Suki Aimoto, and she is a Hino Enma, basically like some sort of yokai that pretty much takes the life force out of dudes, or pretty much something like that, by entrancing them with her beauty, and she's evil, and yeah. And these are cursed doodles. I was trying to improve on drawing older men, but it did not turn out very well. This is just a collage page. Whenever I get bored or I have no idea what to draw, I just collage old art together and with some stickers and washi tape and call it a day. Yeah, this is like all old art, so yeah. This is also old art, and I'm sorry, so like I saw this one and this thing, I have this it's just the ephemera thingy, and they're like these vintage things, right? And I'm just like, wait a second. I looked and I was like, I need to use this. Women, keep your mimsy clean. Like, what type of term is mimsy? Oh my gosh. But yeah, this was supposed to be the innuendo page, I guess. I don't know. Was experimenting with ink sprays and stuff because this book can handle ink sprays very well. That is my new standard for sketchbooks. If they can handle ink spray as well, then it's a good sketchbook in my opinion. This is actually very old art from high school. I just put a lot of like old art that I cut out or whatever in my sketchbooks for like used them for collages rather than having them sit around. So I just made a thingy. This is actually inspired by an artist. His name is, or painter. His name is John Michael Basquiat, and he was a famous neo-expressionism painter. He was based off of one of his paintings, and I just drew the dude, and I was just like, and these things are inspired by Elizabeth Murray, who is also an expressionist painter, and I really like their art, so I wanted to draw that. This is a really weird doodle of this girl that I saw in one of my weird dreams that I've had. I've been having very bizarre dreams, and this is definitely one of them. And basically, the dream was about this song called Licorice, and pretty much this girl was trying to get plastic surgery so she could look good for prom. And there was lots of like pink, and she turned into like, there's like this body horror moment, hence the weird red things coming out of her and the goo. And yeah, she does not look very happy. I mean, I wouldn't be happy either if I had red spike things sticking out of me, but yeah. I don't know if it's worth it for prom, I mean, but whatever. I mean, she does, I mean, the dress is nice, so yeah. This is fan art of a very popular character from a very popular old kid show called Word Girl. Alright, it's not that popular, but people have been like talking about this show a lot more lately. And I'm really happy because I grew up on this show, and Dr. Treebrains was like a pretty fun character, so I wanted to draw him in my style. I definitely went really overboard and made him very like detailed, and really went and give him the old anime treatment. So yeah. This is another dream-inspired character. He's not an OC, I just drew him because I wanted to. And basically, I just remember I was walking on these really steep stairs, and this cat boy, he looked at me, and he was trying to chase another cat, and he got mad at me because I wasn't helping him catch the cat. And he looks like a prince or whatever, and so I was like, oh, I'm gonna draw him. And yeah, this was the result. These are just some collage pages, more old art. And actually, these are pages or stuff from Zoomies magazine. Some doodles, more doodles and stuff. This is actually just traced from a Chakomimi manga page. More doodles. This was an attempt at doing like a stick figure thingy, but it just turned out really weird looking, and yeah. So these watercolors I like, but also don't like them. I have a love-hate relationship with them because they're very nice and they have really good colors, but they're very chalky, and they have a really, I don't like how they feel after they dry. They feel very chalky, and they also will like cloud up any line art you have. So if you want to use those types of watercolors, you have to probably just do it in pencil first and then go over with outlines. I'm not sure what brand they are. I just got them from like this, you know, those art supply cases or whatever, or those like things that kids get, those little art supply kits. Basically, I got it from that, so I don't know what brand they are actually. This is a drawing of my OC, Claudette. She was a model. Well, she was a former model, and her backstory is pretty dark. Basically, like, she had to run away to America because she committed a crime. And yeah, a lot of rubbing off from this, unfortunately, so I had to put this over it so I could protect the picture. This is a redraw of a redraw, and these stickers are nice. Yeah, I made a speed paint of this, so you guys already saw it. This is really cute. I personally like this one, but I also like the other one more because of just how I colored it. It's a little messy around here, but I do like the proportions of this one a bit more. this is some random character I got generated in one of those waifu lab type generators. It was from a site called This Anime Does Not Exist or whatever, which mostly consists of very bizarre body horror type results, or just like lots of boobs. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna use this as an actual character. I just want to draw her because she looked kind of cool. This is based off of 3 emojis that a friend gave me. It was like mermaid, farmer, and hand holding a phone. So she's holding a shell phone. Get it? It's a cell phone, but it's a shell. A shell phone. She actually looks like one of my old OCs named Naren. Like literally looks just like her, but it's not. It was unintentional, honestly. This is some sketches of an OC. Well, not really an OC. It was a character made in Peak Crew, and I liked her design a lot, so I was thinking of making her to an actual character. So I drew her out, and yeah, my name is Sky. So this was supposed to be the sort of designs I was doing for that 666 subscribers character design thing. I was gonna make her like this Japanese demon because a friend suggested I give her like this sort of Japanese ribbon or whatever, so I went with more of an Oni type theme. I still haven't made an official drawing of her or whatever. I'm not sure if I like this design, but I might go with it. I was gonna make to a video, but I do not have the time to make it into like a full video or whatever, so I'm not going to. And also, I already like reached past 666 subscribers. That's hard to say, so I'm not gonna bother doing it. So I'm just gonna make like a drawing and just call it a day. But yeah, she's cute though. This is another collage page. This is a drawing made by, I think, God Sister. These are just sketches from my one class where we just had to do a bunch of figure drawings. I don't really like doing figure drawings all that much. Like, after a while, it just kind of is. I mean, they do help, but for me, I personally just kind of, I don't know, I don't like doing them that much. I was sort of happy but annoyed that I had to fill up my sketchbook pages with these, because I actually really like this one though, because like I had to overlap at everything since the pages are so small, which really sucks, but you know. Things got really messy here. Just a lot of overlap. See, now my sketchbook look like those sketchbooks you see in like those fancy schmancy art videos. This is just another collage. They have really tiny heads, but they're butterflies, so I don't know. Dip into fresh flowers. Oh, that's just some idea stuff for art project or school. Another ink spray testing page or whatever. These are just notes for my philosophy class because I forgot my notebook, so I just did it in my sketchbook instead, because I always bring my sketchbook to school. Even though half the time I don't even like draw in it, I just kind of have it there in case I want to draw in it, which is really annoying. I just mostly do I do stick figure style doodles in like my philosophy notes mostly, since they're easy to do. So yeah. This was the infamous really bad April Fool's speed paint that I did, where I just pretty much made the video look like it was corrupted or whatever, or like the further you got into it, the crazier the video quality got or something like that. So it made it seem like as if your video was like messed up, but in reality it was actually just fine. I was messing with it. Yeah, I colored it, and as you can see, you can start to see the example of how like the watercolor is very chalky because it went over the lines. Which is why I colored it digitally, because I was like, I knew that the watercolors were not going to turn out great. This is just character design for a story I'm working on. I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to spoil anything. This is just a doodle from during class of a painting we're talking about in my history of prints class. And these are just all thumbnails for my art project that I did. Fun. I was supposed to do more, but I didn't, because I was just like, I didn't know what else to draw. It was based off of the theme of cynophobia, which is the fear of dogs. And then the problem is I'm not good at drawing animals, so I just went with something else, but still. And then this also was like bibliophobia, which is fear of books. This is just some random thing I did when during a celebration of life party on the 4th. So that was fun. This is my OC Lee, and he's saying in Chinese, "Do you want to play?" Because he's Chinese and he's a athlete. So yeah, I don't know. I was just being random. More doodles. Wait, no, these aren't doodles. These are stuff from my one art class. I only took one actual art studio class this semester. So yeah, just a lot of redrawing stuff. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to show this, but basically these are actually just redraws from Junko Mizuno's book Pure Trance, which is basically a sci-fi fantasy story that's very gory. But I like it though. Like, if you've seen Mizuno's work, you'll like instantly be like, oh yeah, I can see why Pulcella likes this artist. But yeah, it was like made back in the 90s, I think, or early 2000s. And yeah, also, if you do want to read it, I think you can get it on Amazon. It's not that expensive, I think. And there's lots of naked chicks, so that's a thing. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to censor this, unfortunately. I mean, whatever. More doodles. This is my OC Flint, and this is Giorno. So Flint has the same hair swirls as Giorno does, and it was intentional. I like Giorno's hair swirls, so I gave Flint the hair swirls. So it's like a recurring joke that I made where Flint hates being called Giorno because kids at school make fun of him for his hair swirls, and he's like, I don't even know who Giorno Giovanna is. And Giorno, so I decided to draw Flint dressed as Giorno and Giorno dressed as Flint, and Giorno just looks really confused because he's wearing like this cutesy garden outfit, and Flint is mad because he's wearing Giorno's outfit. And yeah, they aren't even similar characters. I just like clowning around with the idea. This drawing is actually very disturbing. It was a random idea that came into my head. So Flint is like an extreme environmental person. He like really cares about the environment, but he cares a little too much, and he goes to the extreme. So he has like this tiny, this little plant thing growing out of him. So I just drew the idea of like, oh no, what if like plants are going out of him? He's becoming like this plant creature. Oh no. Oh boy, this is the worst OC that I've ever made. It is Toby Starr. He is an absolute asshole. I hate him. And he's right now holding the ear of his ex-girlfriend Bonnie, who's another OC. And I feel so bad for her, but you know what? I know why I drew him, but I did. And yeah, basically he was just a really, really shitty boyfriend to Bonnie. And that's why they broke up. Really sad stuff. This is a redraw from another redraw from Junko Mizuno's book. This time it was called Cinderella, but it was like a really weird version where Cinderella becomes a zombie. It's a really weird story. It's a really weird retelling of Cinderella, but I actually really like it. And the prince, quote unquote, is a zombie dude. So I just redrew it kind of quickly. I messed up on the chin though. As you can see, it's like really short, but yeah. Getting towards the end, I have to censor this again because boob. But yeah, I don't know why I wanted to redraw the frames from it, but I did. So yeah, and I messed up on the bottom part, so you'll never see what the bottom looks like. This is a quick doodle. No, actually, it's not that quick. It actually took a lot longer, but it's a quick drawing of this character, Wild Style, that they made recently. She is from an open species on a toy house called Awari Jamyu, and pretty much they're like these beings that have these interiors and whatever, and these digigrade, I think that's what they're called, legs. And yeah, and she's supposed to be like an arcade mascot. And yeah, also her name is spelled in all captions. She's very hyperactive. Her interior are arcade tokens, and whatever that glow that glow stick liquid that she can like literally like vomit up whenever she wants to, which is kind of gross. But I was like, you know what? It fits her character. She seems like the type of person that just like do crazy stuff. So yeah. There's just more doodles. I got very lazy towards the end of the sketchbook, as you can tell. This book wasn't really as extravagant as my other ones. This is actually fan art of the one, the only Nikki Maxwell from the series that inspired my art, or one of the series that inspired my art, Dark Diaries. Just randomly drew her. This is my other Ware John Bu character, Wendeline, who really likes meat and Arby's.
Arby's, we have the meats.
And this is just a redraw of a very, very old OC named Blaze. And yeah, she's like a cat magic girl or whatever. So I have tracing paper, and I came to the really, really dumb realization that, oh my gosh, I can trace my own artwork and like redraw it and put it in stuff and make collages out of it. So that's what I did. I just redrew. I found this like old stick figure drawing that I liked, and then I just redrew it again and again and made this. I actually kind of like it. The result, it actually took a lot longer, and it's difficult because I actually had to keep like redrawing it over and over, or I had to like retrace it on there, and it was hard to keep it consistent. So there are some subtle differences within the faces, as you can see. Getting towards the end. Ah yes, my favorite character right now. Drew fan art of my favorite character from Chainsaw Man, Denji. I absolutely love him. I love Chainsaw Man. It is like my new favorite manga series right now, and I cannot wait for the anime. I was thinking making a video talking about my feelings towards Chainsaw Man. I'm not entirely sure if I want to yet, but yeah. This is something I drew last week. We were trying to draw like faces in class or whatever, or something like that, and I was just drawing based off of what the teacher was saying. Like usually I just do my own thing, like, or whatever, since it's not like he was collecting it. It was just like a practice thing. And since I already know how to like draw faces, so the end result is really weird. He looks like handsome Squidward. So these are some face doodles we had to do as an exercise. Actually really proud of how the faces look. I hate how I can draw like references, like stuff from references really well, but like I can't apply it to my own art. Like I really like how this face looks right here, or like these, but then it's like I get to my own art and then it's just like it's really plain. It's so annoying. I'm actually really proud of how this page looks, or how these drawings came out. Personally, I just really like the shading. It's actually really fun to do. I actually really like working with the brush pen that I have. Yeah, we're getting quite lazy now, so nothing extravagant here. We had to use these items and make drawings based off of the items. So this is supposed to be like a girl sitting on like something over like a city view, and then this was supposed to be for like a tank. And then I added some extra stuff to this page, but there was a wire thingy that made a rose here, so I finished it because I didn't want them to be unfinished. And then this was supposed to be a robot, but I lazily put on a head for it. It was like a battery. And then I did some doodles. This was an attempt at drawing Denji, but it does not look like Denji because his eyes would look way too sleepy, so it is bootleg Denji. And this is Makima. I don't know, her face looks really weird, but yeah, I don't like Makima, by the way. And this is during my History of Prince class, where we were looking at World War II posters, and one of them was this sailor chick, and she was like, gee, I wish I was a man, or something like that. And so I just redrew it, but I was like, gee, I wish I didn't look like an absolute quack, because like the whole poster was really stupid. It was kind of sexist. Like some of the ads, or some of the posters from that time were really questionable. A lot of stuff from that time period was questionable. Oh boy. This is just some random doodle. I was trying to redraw this painting by this artist. I don't know how to say his name, but I fell in love with his paintings. He has a really pretty painting style. In fact, it seems a lot of people like his paintings, because I saw when I was looking him up on Google, I found a bunch of people doing style studies from him. So he must be really popular. This is a redraw of some dude I found it on Pinterest, and it looks like it's from the artist behind Death Note. So I don't know where it's from though. I tried doing reverse Google search and I couldn't really find anything. But I think it was by him, because it looks a lot like it. But if it's not, then I don't know. I just wanted to redraw it because it looks kind of cool. So I don't know if anyone knows who this character is or whatever, then let me know, but I doubt anyone will. So we're getting towards the end, so things are getting lazy, so I just was messing around with my ink sprays and the stencil stuff. This is supposed to be Rosie the Riveter, because we're talking about World War II posters, and it just doesn't look good because I messed up on the face, and I want to cry because I was like, ugh, no. So, also I was drawing this girl who was melting into a tea? Or wait, no, hot chocolate, I guess. Well, it's not like dark, so it kind of, and like the liquid is like light, so I don't know. But yeah, she's melting into hot liquid. She looks really happy about that. A little too happy. Oh, fun fact, if you have watercolor brushes or just brushes in general and highlighters, you can use them like watercolors. So I did that during class. And if you're wondering why I was doing it during class, like literally it's end of the semester and we don't even have a final exam, so we're literally just showing up. So it's fine for me to doodle during class. So shush. Alright, so this is actually a doodle of, I just redrew this from Pinterest. This is actually an OC of mine named Toy House. I made her, wait, I forgot. Her pronouns are like they, them, or whatever. But yeah, so I made them on April 1st as like a joke for Toy House, because Toy House was like a site where you store OCs. So like, oh, what if I made an OC that's literally called Toy House and has a house for a head? So I did, and I just drew, I don't know, some random TV head. They aren't related to the OC or anything, I just drew them just because. And this is just some really crappy duo of my OC Hako dressed in some weird green dress or whatever. And yeah, as you can see, I gave up because I couldn't, you know. I do like this page though, the colors are pretty. I have mixed feelings about this page just cause, and this page is alright until the corner got fucking bent. I don't even know how that happened. I literally just looked at it for like 1 second and boom, bent, and now it's all ruined. This one like actually messed up my hands. My hands were like, so fun fact of the day, if you ever use red ink spray and you get all over your hands, you're gonna look like a freaking murder happened, because my freaking nails were stained for like a couple hours, and luckily it's gone now, as you can tell, but still, that was fun. I liked how this one came out, but for some reason, it's always the pastel ones with the red splatters, which kind of ruins it. So, yeah. And that is it, fellow quacks. Hope you enjoyed. There's a lot of fumbling around in this video, so hopefully that wasn't too much issue. Anyway,